Hey, good morning, Wellspring Tech team. I hope you guys are doing well. Hey, if you're watching this video at any point close to when I sent it out, please check your emails, check your text messages, check WhatsApp. There's a lot of communications going out today about this coming Sunday, Christmas Eve, as well as revival nights. And so I just want to make sure everyone is prepared and able to have plenty of time to figure out when they're able to serve, when they want to serve, and all of that kind of stuff. So please check your emails. We want to make sure everyone is good to go in that regard. So service review today is a bit of a longer one, so I'm just going to kind of jump right into it. Lots of audio stuff, couple video director things, and yeah, let's just jump into it. So the very first song, when we kind of start this intro, I'm just gonna play couple seconds of it, and then I'll kind of talk about what my thoughts are here, specifically relating to audio. So listen to the music, turn it up a little bit, and yeah.
This morning, Lord, sing this out, say, we've come for a move of God. We've come for the Holy One. Oh, we want, yeah. Oh, we hunger for is you.
All right, so. Going into that song, going into the intro of that, the big thing that I'm noticing with audio is you can hear drums a bit, you can hear Alejo, and you can hear piano, but I'm not hearing the acoustic guitar pretty much at all. I'm not hearing the bass guitar pretty much at all, and I'm not hearing the electric guitar. So I know sometimes it's easy to get those things drowned out into the mix. So, working on a solution to make that an easier thing to pinpoint to be able to have us pick it out and make sure that it's there. But we definitely want to make sure that we can see things or we can hear things, especially when they're visible. Because when you're watching him strum that guitar and not being able to hear it, it pulls you out of service and you realize that you are watching it online. And it just doesn't feel right when you notice that. I'm gonna play again, so just watch like well he'll be strumming and you won't hear the acoustic guitar as he strums.
No, we've come with expectant
All right.
heart.
So the next thing goes into this part as well is talking about blending between lead vocals and background vocals. So I want to make sure that the lead vocal is standing out significantly from background vocals. We don't want the background vocals to be on par, or in certain cases in this service, louder than the lead vocals. Um, there is an element of blending them together, and there is an artistic element to that, but we definitely want to make sure that that lead is louder. So you'll hear Tara here, you'll hear some of the other background vocalists come in, and they're just as loud as, if not louder than Alejo, who is leading this song. I'm gonna hit play and just let that run for a couple of seconds again.
Undone, knowing who you are, Lord, we long, yeah, for what only you. This morning,
Ignore the
say,
audio cutting out there for a
Holy
second.
Spirit, come like fire on the altar.
Cool. So yeah, just pay attention to that vocal mix. They're obviously all good singers. We want them to be heard, but blending them together is a great way to help the viewer be able to differentiate between who's leading the song and who is just helping them sing or who's backing them up. It does help with making the room feel or making you feel like you're in the room for sure. I did notice this was an issue in the main auditorium as well, a little bit. So whether you're running broadcast or front of house, watch that vocal mix and make sure that those background vocals are there, but a little bit further behind that lead vocal for sure. Um, this shot here I want to talk about. So camera one, you can see his live right here. Let's watch the headroom when we're going into things like this. So you'll notice that Alejo's head is not cut off, but he is very close to the top of the camera. So let's give him a little bit more space to breathe here. And I think that that shot at that point would be perfect if we were to do that. Um, I also noticed this past Sunday that we had some focus issues. So camera operators, make sure that you're checking your focus. If even, I know sometimes I know we don't like it, but maybe it's a good idea to have that focus assist with the red lines on, so that you can see for sure what is in focus. I Whether you have great eyesight or not, it is sometimes difficult to get a shot perfectly in focus, and sometimes we miss it. So get that focus assist on. Um, it has better vision than you, I promise. And it's the best way to make sure that our shots are going to be staying perfectly in focus there. So we talked about vocals. Let's talk about a transition moment here when we come out of worship into the MC moment. Let's play this for a couple seconds and then talk about it.
You are worthy, Jesus, you alone. Lord, you are worthy,
All
Lord.
right. So first of all, I do really, really like this shot. I think that this is great for the MC coming up. It's a really good angle to have. So roaming camera ops, pay attention to the timing of where we're at in service. And if it's possible for you to be in this position to get this type of shot when the MC comes up, I think that that's going to be a really, really positive thing. Um, but what I wanted to point out is we were a little bit slow catching that transition, and so we rewind here, and you'll notice that the reason for that is so hold on, let me get to that point. Hold on.
You are
So you notice right here, he comes up, he starts talking, you can hear him. The reason we don't catch that is because none of the cameras are there yet. So yes, this is a video team issue as a whole. So, video director, on your side of things, you definitely can try to be a little bit aware of where we're at in the service. Know that we're getting close to the end of the song, and maybe assign a camera operator to watch for the MC to come up, especially because you can't always see that. Like visually right now, you can't even tell that Joey's on stage if we weren't to listen to the audio. And then camera operators try to be proactive, notice when we're coming to the end of the song as well, and say, "Oh, hey, I see Joey Ruggiero or the MC or Lanisa or Pastor Ryan, whoever's up there, is on the stairs. I'm not live. Let me go ahead and grab that shot." So it's a little bit about being proactive, a little bit about knowing where we are in service, and a little bit about just as working together as a team to make sure that somebody at all times is going to be paying attention. Not everybody's going to catch it, not everybody's going to miss it. So let's just make sure that if we're working together, somebody's going to notice and we'll be able to hit that transition a little bit faster. Um, Bumper video transition here. So go into that. You don't even need to listen to the audio for it. But if we look at this audio meter here, you see where it's hovering. It's around -20 at peak. It's a little bit quiet. So I know that broadcast audio, you can't see this on your own screen, but take a peek back at the video director monitor, ask them where it's at. We should be hovering in between -15 and -10. Ideally, somewhere around -12 is going to be perfect audio levels for pretty much the entirety of service. We want that level to stay pretty consistent. And so bumper video was just a little bit quiet here. Nothing huge, but just a little bit quiet. Um, and then when we're looking at this shot here, so we have this shot of Pastor Joey that's live. I think that the shot looks great. Um, but the issue that I'm seeing or that I'm having with it is that one, we stayed on this shot for approximately 32 minutes, which I'm going to talk about changing shots in a second. Um, but it's a good shot, but you notice like you can't see the room at all when we're in here, and I think that that's a good thing in some ways, but it does pull you out of feeling like you're in service. And so like if you're watching a video that you know has been pre-recorded, this is the type of angle that you would expect. So it's got a nice backdrop, but when you're watching a video that's supposed to be live in a service, we are feeling the room and feeling like you're a little bit more there when you're using shots like camera two here, which is including some of the room in the shot. And so this is not a bad shot. I'm not saying don't use it, but let's try to switch angles a little bit more. And to again talk on that topic a little bit, we stayed on this shot from approximately 41 minutes to switch here, and we stayed here for pretty much till the end of the message, and then we kind of transitioned off of that. So I did talk about not switching shots just to switch shots. We don't want to just be randomly doing it. We want to make sure that there's intentionality behind our camera switches. Otherwise, it doesn't really feel like there was a purpose to doing it. And if there's no purpose to doing something like that, then it's just not. Again, there's no purpose, so let's not do it. But a couple things that I would like our camera or video directors to do is to be intentional about looking for those opportunities to switch those camera angles. So a couple examples, the classic is when he kind of turns to look at the other camera. So even in this still that we're looking at right here, you see in the live shot in the top right, he's looking slightly off screen, and in the preview in the top left, it looks like he's looking a little bit closer to camera two versus camera one. And so that might have been a good opportunity, like when he turned his head to look. Um, the other thing that's a great opportunity is to set up a wider shot. And then when there's moments that involve the audience, so if he says something funny and people laugh, or he says something inspiring and people clap, those are great moments to switch to a wider shot where we're getting more of the crowd, more of the audience, because it kind of pulls people in. It's a little bit strange and off-putting when you can see or you hear some clapping or you hear some laughing, but you can't see the people doing it. And I think it helps you really feel like you're in service when you can see everybody clapping and laughing when those moments happen. So those are just some examples of some good things to look for to being more intentional about switching shots during the message. Again, I don't think we necessarily need to be switching uh, on a timer, like every 10 minutes. We don't need to be doing something like that. Um, but if you're thinking about your shot and you're like, man, I haven't switched in a while, look for those gaps and those opportunities that might be a good moment to switch for you. Um, yeah, so that's service review today, guys. I think that overall yesterday was a really, really great service. We had some the new people, Kevin, video director. Seriously, bro. I know I called out some things, but you did a really, really great job. So shout out to you. Awesome job for real. And yeah, I'm really, really excited for the upcoming Christmas Eve services and for revival nights as well. So make sure that you're paying attention to scheduling requests and everything else that's going out to there. If you need to decline, decline. I'm not going to be offended by it. I'd rather have you decline early and ahead of time when you know that you're not going to be able to be there rather than wait till last minute. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing all of you guys. Hopefully, if you're going to be there on Thursday night for Christmas Eve rehearsal, and if not, I'll probably see you on Sunday. See ya.